I however want to say that despite all the 3 and 1 bonus drawbacks that I have mentioned, I really enjoy the shoe. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Alex and today we are doing the final review of the Nike ZoomX Invincible, and more precisely I'm gonna give you 3 drawbacks, for me at least, about this shoe, which is a great shoe. I really enjoy it. If you want to check my first impression review of this shoe, it's right here, upper right hand corner. I'm gonna put a link if I don't forget. Today we're more focusing on drawbacks. I have run about 50 kilometers, a bit more with this shoe, so I have a good idea of how it behaves through the paces, and I will try to give you some drawbacks that you may want to consider before buying this shoe, or at least to use it in the best possible way for your training. Before jumping in, don't hesitate to subscribe. It really means a lot every time I see someone subscribing, liking a video or leaving a comment. I try to answer all of them. So if you want to ask a question or just share your thoughts, don't hesitate to do that in the comment section below. I'm more than happy to read you and answer to you. All right, first drawback with this shoe. I'm gonna say that it's a shoe for people who have quite strong ankles and that do not have any issue in the ankle heel area. Basically, the shoe has a very wide platform and it gives the shoe an inherent stability, that's for sure. Now, the amount of ZoomX that you have on this shoe also requires to micro adjust your foot strike at every step you take, which means that in the long term you will have a very strong heel thanks to this shoe and all the proprioception that it offers you. It strengthens your heels, that's for sure. But on the short term, I have noticed that, at least for me, it requires to have a consistent foot strike to micro adjust my steps, and those micro adjustments happen in the heels. So I can feel my heels are tired after each run with this shoe, especially when I take it for longer distances. That's why, I mean, it's a drawback for me, because I won't be taking this shoe for longer runs, longer sessions, simply because it's a tiring shoe for my heels and my ankles, my Achilles. So, you know, this is something you may want to consider. Second drawback, it's about the outsole. I already have mentioned it in a comparison video. I think it was against the Mach 4. I'm also going to put a link here, upper right hand corner. But the outsole has a great grip. It has lots of traction, but the waffle kind of pattern, or it's not really a waffle, but all those little logs tend to very easily catch and retain you know, little rocks. As you can see here, pretty much everything you run in, it gets imprisoned. Although I'm not sure you can see it, but it creates an extra layer on the outsole. Basically, it fills in the outsole and it adds to the weight of the shoe, but also it reduces the traction. So it's not a major drawback, but for people running like me, not only on pavement and concrete, but also on some packed trails where you have little rocks and a lot of little things that you can retain on this shoe. Well, in the end, you lose traction at the end of the session, and here I haven't cleaned it up, but as you can see, there are many spots where the outsole is filled in with dust and other things. So yeah, I mean, it's a little drawback. I think it's not the most difficult thing for Nike to rethink the outsole and come up with something that won't grab and retain as many things. Third drawback for me, it's about the way the shoe behaves at different paces, and more specifically, I tend to think that this shoe is difficult to maintain at a steady pace. Let me explain. Basically, I use this shoe for recovery runs, easy runs, and everything quite, you know, smooth and easy, but the shoe has that willingness to go faster, to increase the pace. That adds to the fun of the shoe, for sure, but it also increases the perceived exertion of each run, not necessarily because you are actually going faster, but because you are trying to control yourself and maintain a steady pace. So, you know, same here, that's a drawback for me, because when I go for an easy run, I like to just think about nothing but, you know, run easy and relax, recover, flush the legs. And with this shoe, it actually happens, but I have to think about it and I have to control the pace. So yeah, I mean, it's a drawback for me. Same here, something you may want to consider if, like me, you like just to go out for your easy recovery run and forget about the paces, forget about the watch, and just cruise along without worrying about speeding up, picking up the pace. With this shoe, you tend to pick up the pace quite easily, because that ZoomX foam is pushing you to you know, move faster, increase your cadence, your stride length, and in the end move faster. And at the same time, why this shoe is trying to push you faster, I don't quite like the way it behaves at higher paces. And I certainly would not make this shoe a tempo shoe for me, or even a long run shoe for me, because I don't quite like the way it behaves at higher paces. So hard to maintain the shoe at easier paces, but in the same time, not a perfect shoe for higher paces. And just a final bonus drawback for me, I think the price tag of 180 euros or $180 is a bit too high for this shoe, especially for people like me who will only use it for their easy days, recovery runs. You have better options on the market for this type of use. Now, for people who will use this shoe as an all-rounder shoe for all their workouts, 180 may be you know, a more reasonable price, because it's, you know, a one-off payment that you make for one shoe in your season, and that's it. Now, for people who have a rotation and who are running with multiple shoes, 180 for a recovery run, easy day shoe is difficult to swallow and maybe too high. So, you know, that's not necessarily a drawback, but some extra food for thought for you watching this video. I, however, want to say that despite all the 3 and 1 bonus drawbacks that I have mentioned, I really enjoy the shoe. It's still a fantastic shoe and I really love the ride. It's bouncy, fun, and if you want to know more, just go check my first impression review or any other review here on YouTube. You will certainly find people enjoying it a lot, and rightfully so. So, you know, the drawbacks are not meant to discourage you getting the shoe, certainly not. But just to give you a better perspective on what the shoe actually is and what some flaws may be. And I hope Nike will hear some of these concerns, not only mine, but other people's as well, and address those in a next iteration. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful for you. If so, don't hesitate and give it a like. Those thumbs up really help not only the channel, but also my personal motivation to make more videos and this type of content. Don't hesitate to subscribe and hit that bell if you want to hear every time I publish a video, which happens more or less twice a week. And in the meantime, enjoy your run today, or your ride, or swim, or whatever you will be doing. And most importantly, take care. Bye-bye.